Hi guys, welcome back to Beast Speed Shop. So my aim for this weekend is to get my new bucket seat and harness installed. So what I'm going to do first is install the bucket seat in a position that's comfortable, and then from there I can mark out where I need to drill for the mounts for the harness. So when you're mounting a harness, the position of it is really important. So I've chosen to go for a 6-point harness, and it came with this sheet which tells you, I don't know how well it's going to come up. Anyway, this centre strap comes up through the middle. That can be 20 degrees either side of vertical, and then the waist straps can either have to be between 45 and 65 degrees. I'm not too worried about the shoulder straps because I'm going to be using the harness bar, so it should be in the right position, but I will double check it when I install it. So let me run you through all the parts that I'm going to be installing today. So this is a Motamec 6-point harness. And this is the bucket seat I chose. It's a Cobra Monaco Pro. It's quite a comfortable seat to sit in. I've also got some Skid Nation bucket seat mounts and two other things I had to do. This harness, it doesn't come with reinforcement plates or any nuts, so I quickly made these 3mm reinforcement plates at work, and I also bought some high tensile nuts. So basically when you mount the harness, that goes through the floor of the car, and then on the underside you have that, and then you put your nut on, just so in the case of an incident, that, because if that was just bolted to the floor is pretty thin, so it will just rip through. So obviously this plate just stops it from ripping through. So I need to get the old seats out, and then I need to remove the carpet, and then I can mount the bucket seat, get it in a position that's comfortable, and then I can mark up for drilling where the mounts go for the harness. So I've got the carpet out now. The proper way of getting the carpet out is to remove the dash, but to remove the dash you have to take out this panel along the top and then the two A-pillar panels. And then you have to take the whole dash out, which includes the steering column and all the gauges and everything. But I did it the quick and dirty way. I just did a cut either side along there, and the carpet will tuck back up in behind here so you won't actually see it. So I'll show you a piece of carpet. So I just cut this little section out, which is still on top of the gearbox tunnel. So I've got my Skid Nation brackets screwed into my bucket seat now. I've just put it in the middle for now as a starting position, and then I can adjust it from there. So let's go test fit it in the car and see if it's comfortable where it is. So I test fitted my bucket seat. I also tried it out. I did move it back one position and I'm happy with where it is now. It's only held in by the two front nuts at the moment, but now I can mark out where I need to drill for the harness bolts, and then I can get them drilled, take the seat back out, drill them out fully, get them installed, and then fit the harness and get it fitting properly. So now that I've got my seat in position, I can mark out for the harness bolts. So what I'm going to do is on this first one, it can be plus or minus 20 degrees. So all I'm going to do is use a Sharpie, and in the corner of the plastic frame I'm just going to put 4 dots, one in each corner. Get that last one. So now that I know that position that those 4 corners I've marked out, I can then draw a square, and I know roughly that in the centre of that square the strap will be vertically up. Now I can mark out for these next 2 straps. So for the 2 waist straps that come through here, it's got to be between 45 and 65 degrees. So I've got a 45 degrees set square and a 60 degrees set square. So I'm going to use both of them and make 2 marks and drill in the centre of them, so it's roughly in between 60 and 45 degrees. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it so that it lines up just in the corner of the opening like that. So that'll be roughly where the middle of the seat, the belt will roughly be the middle there. So it'll be drilled in the right place. So I've got what I feel is the best 4 positions for the harness mounts. I may just have to make a couple of little bends in these little plates I made just to fit around the press shape in the floor. But I've already got them centre punched, so now it's just time to drill them, and then I can do a dry run of mounting it all up, see how it all fits. So I drilled all 4 holes for the mounts. I've got the mounts in now, they're all in. They're not done up all the way tight, they're just snug tight at the moment, just so I can test fit. I've got the 2 lap belts, they're in. I can't put the 2 bottom belts in yet because the actual buckle for the harness doesn't fit through the hole. So I've got to try and feed them down through and then clip them on, and then I can adjust it from there. So I'll quickly grab the seat, put that in, and test fit these bottom straps, and just make sure they feel alright where they are, and then they should be fine. So I've got the seat back in now, and I've tried it, and I've adjusted these to a point where they're tight but they're not restricting any movement. I'm probably going to call it a day there, because I need to go buy some paint so I can paint my little reinforcement plates I made so they don't go rusty. So first thing tomorrow I'll get them painted so they pretty much got the whole day to dry, and then I need to figure out a way of attaching the standard seatbelt plug. I did notice on these brackets there are 2, I don't know if you can see it at all, there's 2 holes down there, so I might be able to use one of them. And then I got to cut out some holes in the carpet just to fit over those eye bolts for the harness. So this is day 2 of my bucket seat and harness install. So my first job this morning is to paint my reinforcement plates so it gives them some protection. I'm also going to paint the underneath side of where I drilled through on the floor just to give that some protection as well. So all my painting is dry now, it's had several coats, so it's all ready to install. I've also got some Loctite to put on the threads just to make sure it's all secure and won't come undone. So I've got all 4 mounts in now, they're all in securely. So you may be wondering why they're facing in different directions. It's because when the actual belts are in, these waist strap ones, they clip on that way so the belt is flat that way, and then these ones clip this way and the belts come up through flat through the centre like that way. So just as I was getting the carpet in, it started to rain unfortunately, but all I've got to do now is cut out for the harness mounts, and then I can get the seat in, get the harness in, and then it's pretty much all sorted, and then I've just got to put the dash back together last. So as you can see, I've got the carpet back in, fully installed now. I've just tucked it under this piece of carpet now. So all I did for these was literally just cut a slot in for each one, and that way when the carpet sort of settles in its place I can adjust it and cut out a bit more if I need to. And where I cut along that edge, you can't, obviously it just tucks back in up under there, but you can't, like from out here you won't even know it's cut. So I don't know if anyone caught my mistake, but I did these back ones and the front ones, I did them the wrong way around. The front ones are supposed to be going that way and the back ones are supposed to be going sideways. So I've got them switched around now, so now I can get the bucket seat in, get these the middle straps and the waist straps in, and then all I've got to do is do the 2 shoulder straps. So I was planning on using the original seat belt and bolting it through one of these holes, but unfortunately the bottom of the seat is actually right at the top of these holes, so I won't be able to get a nut on the other side. But I do have a plan so I can still use this. What I'm going to do instead is make another plate at work and then a little spacer block and drill a hole on the tunnel as far back as I can get, and then I'll put the plate on the outside and the spacer in between this and the tunnel, and just use a nut and bolt and some Loctite just so it's held in place, and then it's actually mounted to the car rather than the seat. So hopefully that will work better. So I've got the bucket seat and harness fully installed now. I've got the shoulder straps in as well, and I chose to do the method where you wrap it round the harness bar. So I just need to wind up the excess belt and find an elastic band just to keep them in place. And now all I've got left to do is deal with spaghetti junction over here and get the rest of the centre console in. So I've got the centre console back together now. That didn't take too long to get back together. Last couple of jobs I've got to do is there's a bar which runs across there for the glove box lid, and then I can put the glove box lid back on, and I need to put the passenger seat back in as well. But I'm going to do those last couple of jobs during the week because I need my car for work tomorrow. I'm going to call it a day there because I am absolutely soaked through. Thanks for watching this video.